Unit 2. Introduction to the ABAP Workbench. Lesson: Repository and Object Navigator. Lesson Overview. This lesson gives a short description of the repository and a brief overview of the most important components of the ABAP Workbench. It presents the Object Navigator as a central development tool. Business example. You will describe the structure of the repository. Use suitable tools to search for repository objects and analyze their structure. Introduction to the repository. The repository consists of all system development objects, programs, function models, definition of database tables, and so on. In the repository, you have objects delivered by SAP, as well as objects defined by the customer. The repository is in the database. The repository is subdivided according to application components, commonly known as modules. Within a module, for example, the M&M module or the Material Management module, there are several packages containing relevant objects for a more detailed logical subdivision. Whenever a repository object is created, it must be assigned to a package. Working with the Object Navigator. The ABAP Workbench includes all tools required for creating and editing repository objects. These tools cover the entire software development cycle. The most important tools are the ABAP Editor for editing source code, the ABAP Dictionary for editing database table definitions, central data types, and so on, the Screen Painter for configuring screens together with functions for user dialogues, the Menu Painter for designing user interfaces, menu bar, standard toolbar, application toolbar, function key settings, the Function Builder for maintaining function models, the Class Builder for maintaining global classes and interfaces. You can call each of these tools explicitly and then load a repository object for processing, but it is much more elegant and convenient to access them using the Object Navigator. The Object Navigator screen is split into two areas: the navigation area for displaying a hierarchical object list, a tool area for displaying and editing a development object using the appropriate tool. Let's take a look at the SAP screens for the Object Navigator. So now, inside our SAP system, inside the training system server, we have the SAP Easy Access menu. This is the SAP Easy Access menu. Now, we're going to navigate to the Object Navigator. So, we're going to type transaction SE80 on the command bar and we press enter. This is the Object Navigator. Inside the Object Navigator we have two windows. We have the navigation area, that is the window on the left side, and we have the tool area, that is the window on the right side. Working with the navigation area. Object lists are displayed in the navigation area. For example, if you choose to display a package there, all of the repository objects belonging to the specified package are listed. You can display or hide the navigation area, full screen, on or off. Double-clicking a listed object lets you display or edit it. You can add frequently used object lists to your favorites. Let's take a look at this in the SAP screen. Inside the Object Navigator, I can take a look at all of the objects that are in the system. For example, let's take a look at a local package or at any package that is in the system. So we click on package, and since we don't know the name of any package, we type the asterisk sign and we press this little button with the arrow, and then the system will list all of the packages that are in the system. That's what this little asterisk means. It is used to tell the system to display all of the objects. It doesn't matter the name of the object. So let's choose, for example, the first package, the BW package. We double click on it and the system displays all the objects inside the BW package. You can see we have structures, data element, domains, set and get parameters, etc. Let's go back to our local objects. I press enter and the system displays the local objects for the user C. Mendoza. So in the local objects I can see I have programs, function groups, transactions, and I can navigate through them. So let's look at the programs, for example, and by double clicking a program we can open it in the tool area. So let's double click the program Z Hello World, for example, and the program is displayed on the tool area. We can full screen or not the tool area using this button here. So you can see if we want a full screen or not. We can add our objects to our favorite list of objects. We just need to click on the favorites icon. We click on it and then we click on add. The system tells us that the selected object list has been added to my favorite. Let's take a look at that, programs, and as you can see I have the Hello World program on my favorite list. Functions in the tool area. In the tool area, a repository object is displayed in the corresponding tool. You can navigate between the objects that have been previously displayed in the current Object Navigator session using the little blue arrows. When you double click an object in the navigation history, it is displayed in the tool area. Synchronizing the navigation and tool areas. If necessary, you can synchronize both areas as follows. You can display an object in the tool area by double clicking in the navigation area or by using the corresponding context menu function of the object. You can display the object list of an object that you are currently editing in the tool area by choosing this display object list in the navigation area. To create a new object, you can use the context menu for an object type in the corresponding object list. Alternatively, you can use the edit object or other object buttons to create any objects you want. Back on our Hello World program, as I was showing you before, you can double click on a program and it will be displayed on the tool area. so we can navigate through many programs by double-clicking them. You can also use the display object list to view all of the objects of a particular program. For example, let's take a look at this program and let's see all the objects that are associated to it. So we click on the display object list, and as you can see, the navigation area shows us all of the objects associated to this program. For example, the classes, the fields, the events, the subroutines, and the screens. You can navigate through objects using the blue arrows. For example, I just clicked back and went back to my Hello World program. I will go back again. I will go back one more time, again, until I get back to my initial screen. In this screen, I can create new objects by using this button over here, the Edit Object button. I click on it, and for example, if I want to create a program, I navigate to the Program tab, type in the program name, and then click Create. That will create a new program for me. Alternatively, I can also I'll navigate back to my local objects, in this case, presenter. And I can also use the context menu to create new objects. I right click on Programs and I choose Create, and then I can create my new program. You should now be able to describe the structure of the repository, name and use the search tools of the repository, and use the Object Navigator for displaying repository objects. Don't worry about the details of creating a program right now. On later courses, I will show you in detail how to create a program.